Hello, welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to Stay Sly. My name's Caleb. In this episode, we're extending our driveway up to our workshop. If you follow the channel, you obviously realize that this was filmed like a year or so ago, as the driveway, some additional buildings, and other various property improvements are visible in a lot of our other videos, but I came across this footage on a hard drive and just decided to throw together a quick video, kind of more for Kayla and I to reflect on in the future than anything else, but in the off chance that anyone else is watching this, hope you enjoy it too. At the time of filming this, we had recently purchased this property. There was an existing house that was torn down and just buried under the slab that you see in the yard there. You'll notice in other videos that there's now a building over that slab. But anyway, at the time of filming, we were living in a trailer that was on the property until we built our house out in the back 40. And in the meantime, we were just kind of pecking away at various property improvements to make the place a little more convenient. So fast forward until the time of editing this, we've since decided to move farther out into the sticks. There's a lot of economic growth that happened in the area, which is a good thing, but flip side is that brought a lot of people. New houses going up, and you guys know how that goes. And to quote the Dixie Chicks, we decided we needed some more wide open spaces. But with all that said, again, kind of mainly as a note to future self and Kayla, because this YouTube channel is basically just our like home videos. But anyway, I hope this is fun, gratifying little video of a project that really made this property much more enjoyable, convenient, and functional. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy. Just wanted to chime in and mention that I'm by no means a professional at anything, really. I'm running a 20-ish-year-old wheeled machine with manual controls and a smooth bucket. I'm not trying to make excuses, but those are my excuses.
I mean, that's two things right there.
So in order to help me set a little bit better of a grade, I decided to hop on the little New Holland and run the tiller to break up the topsoil. This made it a lot easier to set grade with the smooth bucket because I wasn't constantly trying to cut through the sod. Honestly, it worked out pretty good, and I would recommend this if you're working a small area like I was and don't have a toothed bucket. So this is what the driveway is looking like. Well, we haven't got any stone down on it yet, obviously. Still need to roll out the road felt. But yeah, graded pretty nice. I think the water can still get out through there. That's where it gets out now. And then this is looking pretty good, I think. we just come on up here, up to the shop. Lines aren't perfectly straight, but you know, I think they're good enough for who they're for. Honestly, it looks pretty decent. Hopefully eventually that'll be concrete. And I also put in this little parking area. You can keep a trailer. I mean, ideally maybe that'll be concrete someday too. Definitely want this to be concrete someday. But that's where we're at.
Well, that's what 50 ton of 304 looks like.
You might have noticed we ran out of road felt. Kayla just got home in the miniature work truck. This thing is freaking sweet. I love this car. This honestly might be the longest thing we've hauled, but it is not even close to the biggest or heaviest. This is a 12.5-foot roll of road felt. I mean, we've had 10-foot step ladder in here before. God, dude, the Chevy Aveo, the pinnacle of GM engineering. I love this vehicle.
Honestly, camera out these buddies.
Thanks for picking it up. Is that thing on? Well, if it's not obvious yet, or we haven't explained it yet in the video, we're kind of putting in a little critter prevention, groundhog mitigation, counter strike for the buildings. We've just got a lot of groundhogs, and they could be anywhere, but they choose to be under the buildings, and it drives me insane. This is one of our worst culprits, and you can see if you pan over, I filled it before and they dug next to it, and before that I filled it before and they dug next to it. So I don't know if you ever fought groundhogs like this, but that's just how it goes. But now I'm gonna fill this hole as best I can. I'll rod it up in there, whatever I can get up in there. And then we took the weeds down. I sprayed some like bug killer. I mean, it was probably a futile effort out here, but why not while it's nice and clean? Some bug stop or whatever it's called. And then we're laying down plastic to try to keep the weed growth down. And then we're laying down like an old chain link fence that used to be a like dog run at my grandma's house. No longer in use, just sitting around. So we're laying that chain link out. And then we're putting gravel on top of that. So we'll have 4 feet around all the buildings of 57s. So hopefully the groundhogs don't even want to dig in that. And if they do try to dig in that, they're gonna hit a chain link fence. So there's no way they can get through that. And I'm really hopeful that they're not gonna want to tunnel 4 feet out to get under the building. That's my hope. If this doesn't work and we still get groundhogs, I'll continue to shoot them. And at least we have a nice 4-foot walkway around our buildings, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty confident this should at least help. So anyway, yeah, let's mix up some bagged concrete and try to fill this hole as best we can. Now that the groundhog holes are filled with concrete and we've set a decent grade around all the buildings, it's time to lay out some plastic, cut some chain link, and get this all covered up in some 57s. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I would really recommend doing this if you have outbuildings on your property. Not only does it prevent the groundhogs from burrowing under your slab, but it also looks quite nice and provides great erosion control and drainage around the perimeter of the buildings. If you're like me, you probably don't like putting gutters on your outbuildings because it's an added expense and just an additional chore to keep them clean. And in my opinion, the only real downside of that is the potential erosion caused by the roof runoff. But we have a 4-foot stone perimeter around all the buildings, and it's done an excellent job mitigating any potential erosion caused by the runoff from our 2-foot overhang with no gutters. We haven't had a problem at all, and ever since doing this, we see no erosion and no groundhogs.
Basically, it's gonna go from that to that. So here's like the finished product around the barn. We still have to top the 304 with 57s, but we have 57s all the way around the barn and the garage. We did the 4 feet of plastic, then the 4-foot chain link fence, and topped it with 57s. It's graded nicely away from the building all the way around, so hopefully it helps with water as well, because we don't have any gutters on this building yet.
Okay, building perimeters are taken care of. Time to roll this 304 and start top dressing.
Wow, this is freaking incredible. This came out so good.
It was so nice, like stepping into this shop, like on solid gravel. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to explain the difference, but
by no means is it perfect, but not too shabby for a couple of amateurs.
I mean, it looks and feels great. Like, the driveway is so much more usable.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, we got a lot of the waves out of this too.
Yeah, and down there.
It still isn't perfect, but holy crap, it's pretty good. Oh my gosh, it's so big, it's so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a piece of equipment sitting in the driveway that's not even like in the way in the slightest. If it wasn't about the storm, I'd pull that trailer back up onto the pad here.
Say, it's like our vision is coming to life, for real, like, or has. This is exactly what we were picturing.
Yeah, I mean, if money was no object, I mean, I'd make it all concrete.
Yeah,
But
concrete jungle out here, but I think it looks really good. It's gonna be so useful. Like, I don't know. That's like the biggest thing for me.
yeah, I'm very excited about it. Very excited.
Yeah, we finished just in time for this storm to roll in.
Yeah, honestly,
Look how
I'm
dark
ready.
it is back there.
I'm ready to get a sweet tea, sit on the porch, and watch this storm roll.
Well, I think the driveway is officially complete for now. Might make a couple improvements later, but this machine was awesome. Not sponsored. Hopefully Mark doesn't mind me showing this information, but if you're in the area, these guys are amazing. I would highly recommend doing business with them. So here comes Kayla, so we can get this this beast loaded back up and return it. Look at that. Look at all that driveway space. We can just turn the truck and trailer around in the driveway. And turning trucks and trailers around was one of the primary reasons we did the driveway. Because my goodness, let me tell you, it was annoying before having to back everything in off the road. Let's get loaded up. If you've hung in there this far, we can't thank you enough. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if we're lucky, we shall see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for spending some time with us, and stay sly.